Two questions. First on SNAP. Kareem just said that one of the president's priorities was not to push people into poverty, but as this bill is written with the adjustments for the work requirements in SNAP, Republicans estimate 700,000 Americans are going to lose those benefits. So can you square that circle? How
yeah. The president said to me, said to the rest of the team over and over, he would not increase poverty in this country. So while, yes, there will be a phase-in to add age up to 54, remember, we also got new exemptions in this bill that both parties agreed to do. We will have exemptions from 18 to the new population of 54. So not just a new population, but these new 3 exemptions will go from even the existing population. So some people who have these requirements now will no longer, if they're homeless, if they're veterans, if they're foster youth aged out of the system up to 24. So the analysis is being finalized, but we believe those who are off of those requirements because of those exemptions will be about the same number as those who are phased in on age. And you have to remember this. This entire SNAP change is sunset in 2030 to give Congress a chance to see how the new exemptions work and how the new ages work. And they can opine in a future farm bill if these changes have made a difference in the SNAP program.
But do you know how many individuals would go off the program right now, off government assistance right now, who are not eligible for those?
So we think it's about the same number. I don't want to give you a number until the analysis about USDA is done, but the range is about what you said, but it's also the same range of people who will take advantage and who qualify for the new exemptions. So those numbers are going to be very close to each other, meaning a wash in those affected who go on and who are phased on over years and those who come off of the requirements.
Different topic real quick. Can you explain a little bit how the Mountain Valley pipeline made it into this bill? Was it at the White House's request? Obviously, it's been a Senator Manchin's priority here, but he wasn't in the negotiation. So how did it make the agreement?
Well, I believe what you're talking about is part of the permitting piece. We all thought permitting would be a part of this package. We all have an interest to make sure these projects move faster. I talked about the bipartisan infrastructure law. One of the things we're focused on here is what can we do to get that money out faster to ensure that these projects really happen in an expedient manner. That's why we've been for permitting. And the project you talk about is part of the permitting piece that we knew would be in the final legislation.
Thank you so much, Shalanda, for doing this. The chair of the Progressive Caucus says that it's really unfortunate that you are expanding the work requirements for this particular age group. She says it's a terrible policy. I know that you've been working the phones, speaking to a number of members of, I assume, the Progressive Caucus, trying to convince them that this is good policy. Is she right about that this is bad policy?
Look, I won't get into individual member opinions because I think I told Phil or someone else, my job is to tell members what's in the bill. You get into trouble when you try to tell members what their opinion is. Every member should have whatever opinion. Our job is to say, this is what's in the bill. This is how some of the worst things Republicans wanted were mitigated. And by the way, you heard me answer on SNAP. There's a very real possibility when we see the numbers that the number who are phased in, who have new requirements on SNAP, is offset by the number who will now be covered under the new exemptions.
And then I heard what you're saying about Mountain Valley Pipeline and about permitting, but this is one project that takes up about 25 pages of a 99-page bill. Why was it so important to spend so much time on this one project?
I think we've been clear about our position on permitting. We worked with senators to try to get permitting done last year. We will continue to get more permitting. This was a small piece. It was a start of a longer process that both parties know we have to do, especially to get clean energy projects going. And I don't think it's a surprise to anyone that permitting was a key part of a compromise piece that both parties know we got a little done here, but we'll need to get more done later.
When you